Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. This episode, we're going to be taking a look at a piece by the AI generative artist Crypto Algo. And actually, the written description is from our newest member of the author or writing team, Dejected Duplicate. So he curated and he wrote about this piece as well. So I'm going to be trying to summarize some of the things that he hit on, hopefully in this video format. And if you guys enjoyed this, go make sure to check out the original written description that's actually on Instagram right now. So let's jump right into it. So in this episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about, say, kind of center emphasis. We're going to talk about the definitive contrast of light and dark, and then we're also going to talk about, say, the merging of two worlds and how kind of mood can be offset with that. So let's jump right into it. So whenever you first see this work, we see what appears to be a portal set amidst a grand galaxy all around it. And so in the work, he was actually talking about how space and anything space related, galaxies, anything in between has become pretty much a staple in the art world. So we definitely see that for sure. Definitely really psychedelic piece as well, kind of mixing the fantasy with the science fiction. Of course, science fiction because it is an other earthly world, and kind of fantasy because we're seeing kind of a metaphysical portal here in the center. And so one of the connections that he actually drew was to Van Gogh, and I think that's a really, really nice one as well, because you see kind of that flow that Van Gogh works with. I believe he was part of the Impressionists, and we definitely see the influence as well. Some intensity of light, not the depiction of a natural scene, but we do see the intensity of light and just the incredible use of color as well. So I think that's really important to note. And also what's important to note is how light draws the attention of the viewer. So we definitely see, of course, the eye is drawn mainly towards this, of course, it's center, so everything appears to revolve around it. But the light within the work really captures our attention, and it brings us to this kind of central focal point. And so this, of course, is that light blue against, we don't see any other colors of light blue. This really is the only presence, of course, very small amounts around here. But the main set of this kind of light blue color is definitely going to be in the center. That draws the eye. It keeps it there as well. And of course, we see that set as the form of this massive portal here. So really a nice work and a great introduction as well. You'll also see how there's kind of an offset of mood here. So he said that, say, if we were... I just put my hand up expecting to cover it. So let's see. Yeah, maybe I can do that. Yeah, so imagine if you were to cover that. It looks so silly, but it's okay. So yeah, imagine if you were to cover that portal, all these colors around the work. It feels very dark, it feels very ominous, and then the introduction of, say, the lighter colors in the center really brightens the piece. It kind of offsets that darker mood that he would, say, get from these kind of darker tones at the bottom there. Definitely a really good insight. I think that's also really important to note. Let me make that just a bit bigger. There we are. And so also you see throughout the entire background these brilliant tones of kind of yellows, oranges, and of course that kind of cosmic nebula backing there. Really, really nice piece. It's very immersive. There is this grand sense of scale as well. It seems like we're kind of standing looking up at it, so there is that sense of scale. Definitely feels divine, and we see what appears to be maybe a figure deep within that, although it's hard to say for sure. And so also what I wanted to hit on is this idea of two worlds colliding. Of course, we talked about how you have these darker tones, you have kind of that blue, but you also have those fluorescent, almost like fire tones of yellow as well as orange. Those are incredibly important. We see two worlds kind of merging here. Let's see if I can note that. Yeah, there's kind of like two worlds really merging here. So we definitely see that for sure. They're kind of merging and converging into, so really nice insight as well. Also, we see that the light and the dark, they define each other by one another's existence. Of course, without this kind of glow in the ascendant region of the spatial composition, there wouldn't be that kind of definitive contrast that leaves, say, the darker ones defined near the bottom. And also, say, without the darker tones, we wouldn't have a definitive, say, light up in the top. So without the light in the top, it would be very dark, be very mysterious and ominous. And so with that in mind, these both really define each other. And it's just an amazing piece that we're looking at here. Definitely fantasy, definitely sci-fi. And I actually wanted to compare it to the other portal. We actually showcased another portal piece from this same collection. So we're going to take a look at that real quick. All right, so looking at two pieces here, here's the original one that we showcased, and here is the most recent one. First thing I notice, of course, is that portal set in the center there. We definitely see that for sure in both, and also the incredible intensity of light in both works as well. I believe this is the Astral Gate collection, although I'm not 100% sure on that, but really nice pieces on both here. Definitely divine works on either. Of course, we have kind of a portal, so that does give those kind of metaphysical themes for sure. Also, the interplay of light and color. Of course, within this work, you kind of have that darker area near the bottom. We also have that darker area near the bottom, or the descendant region of the spatial composition, and kind of a lot brighter light as we get near the top and say throughout the portal as well. So definitely some really nice works between these two. You can draw a lot of different insights from one another, definitely trying to show the metaphysical, trying to show the divine in any way it can. So really just some amazing works that we're looking at. It was just a blessing to be able to study and talk about each one. Of course, I wrote about this one, and then our newest member just wrote about this one. So just great works on either side. Just a blessing to be able to study these. That's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed, go check out, read the original description written by Dejected Duplicate. He's doing some really great stuff, and I'm just incredibly excited to have him on the team. And also, if you guys enjoyed this work, go check out some more art from Crypto Algo. He's also doing some really great stuff, and it's just a blessing to be able to look at this art day in and out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. My name is Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.